Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we'll be saying goodbye to US 2 and US 7 here in Burlington, Vermont to make our stop for the night on Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. We're just including this in our road trip series rather than making it a city tour, since this is so far from a comprehensive tour of the city we won't even attempt to call it that. It's just a drive through the city to our hotel and then a drive out. So it's story time now. Our tale of the day is how we came to book the hotel that we ended up in. We hadn't booked anything for the night. Our intent was to finish up the US 11 series, but we didn't know if we'd be able to before it got dark or rain shut us down. But the problem is that there were no real major cities on our route between Syracuse, New York and Burlington, Vermont. There are plenty of small towns, but getting a decent hotel room in the small towns at a reasonable price can be difficult. So as we drove that 275 miles between Syracuse and Burlington, we started checking the various hotel apps for a room for the night. The further we got, the more it looked like we'd complete US 11, but then our only choice was to push on to Burlington and stay there for the night. It also seems that this was approaching the last days of the summer season before school starts and the weather starts to turn cooler. So every hotel in our preferred brand was either booked or insanely expensive. We were seeing hotels with 1 or 2 rooms left that were asking $400 or more for the rooms. Throughout this trip, we were mostly booking hotels on points and reward nights, so paying over $400 for a room would kill the budget for the entire trip. We finally decided to make an actual phone call to Hilton Honors to see what they could do for us. The CSA we spoke to was extremely helpful. She suggested trying to look up rooms in Burlington by points rather than price. We hadn't even considered that since the prices were so jacked up, we figured all of our points would be gone in one shot if we tried to do it that way. Now typically, the cheapest room in a no-frills Hampton Inn off of a highway exit costs 27,000 points. So I would equate 27,000 points with a $90 room. The Hilton CSA checked the Burlington Hilton, which had rooms available, but being a 4-star hotel, wanted $600 for a room for one night. Somehow, someone forgot to raise the number of points required for a room when they raised the price of the rooms. They got us in at 27,000 points. When we checked in, we were eligible for a space available room upgrade as Hilton Diamond members, and the only space available was a high floor room overlooking Lake Champlain. The room wasn't really anything special, but the view was fantastic. Note that this is the number 3 traveler ranked hotel in Burlington, and the highest ranked Hilton property. I wish we had more time there because this was a really nice hotel. We were so exhausted we didn't take much time to explore, and it was all over before we knew it. But we got a nice room in a nice hotel for next to nothing, and our Diamond member food and beverage credit got us dinner in the hotel's restaurant for a little more than the waitress's tip. Note that we aren't sponsored by or paid by Hilton, but we strongly recommend their rewards program as one of the best that we're members of. Here we see Vermont Route 127, which we encountered in our last video, but notice on the right just ahead is a sign giving the highway a major but erroneous upgrade to U.S. highway status. We'll join Route 127 to its northern terminus, with its last few blocks running as a mostly one-way couplet on Park Street northbound and North Champlain Street southbound. But notice in the last block of Route 127 north, Park Street becomes a two-way, although the opposing traffic is not on southbound Route 127. So we stopped at the Burlington Hilton for the night, and I wish I'd had the time and energy to do a hotel tour video. If you want to check the place out yourself, don't look for Burlington Hilton. They've changed the name to Hotel Champlain Curio Collection by Hilton, which just by the name makes it even fancier than it was when we stayed there. We resume our video on Wednesday, August 9th, 2023, a few blocks from the Hilton after filling up the tank and grabbing some gas station breakfast. And the rain is finally gone. We're going to head up Main Street to Interstate 89 for the next leg of the trip. As we make this curve to the right, we're passing through the campus of the University of Vermont, founded in 1791, making it one of the oldest universities in the United States. Here we're going to get on I-89 South, which will take us all the way to New Hampshire. We conclude today's video at mile 87 on I-89. Thanks for watching. We've enabled channel memberships, so for as little as $1 a month, you can help support our channel and get early access to our regular videos, as well as the occasional members-only video. Click the link in the description to join. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.